class. My name is Kate Kincaid, and the title of my speech is Before It's Too Late. In less than 40 years, rainforests could be extinct on this planet. Though they once covered 14% of the Earth's land, that number has now dwindled down to a mere 6%. Every hour, 4,500 acres of rainforest and forest fall to machetes and chainsaws and flames and bulldozers. Every year we lose about 30,000 square miles of rainforest. That is roughly the size of the country of Panama, and that is every single year. Though it may not be very far forward in our minds, deforestation affects each and every one of us. We live in a world that is not a renewable resource, and this world has an expiration date. Destructive acts such as deforestation simply move that date closer to where we are today. Today I would like to address the problem of deforestation and talk a little bit about the causes of deforestation, some of the lasting effects it is having on our world, and what we can do to help stop this in hopes of inspiring each one of you to take a little bit of action towards solving this problem. So to begin, there are a variety of causes of deforestation according to rainforest.mombaya.com, one of the best resources I found on this topic. Now, one of the most important causes of this is agriculture. People need land in order to grow food and to have crops and to have animals. One of the things that takes the most land is actually cattle farming. It takes an amazing amount of space to raise cattle, and as the demand for beef increases throughout the world, it's a constant struggle to find places to raise that cattle. So as the need grows, more and more land is cleared in order to raise the cattle, to make the beef, to sell, to make money. Another cause of this deforestation is logging. People cut down trees to make houses or furniture, some of the more basic wood items, but also for different paper items that you might not think about. When you go to the store and you buy something in a cardboard box, or you go to the grocery store and take home things in a plastic or in a paper bag, that might be trees from the rainforest. Much of the trees that are cut down are used for paper mulch and different various paper products, something that many people don't realize. Another prominent cause is urban sprawl. The population of this world is increasing rapidly. With more people, we need more space. Forests are cut down in order to create new cities, hubs of activity, housing developments, all sorts of things. As our population expands, we need more and more land on which to live, and unfortunately, forests suffer for this. Finally, a lot of deforestation occurs because of the need for fuel. A lot of our world's forests and rainforests are in lesser developed countries that don't have as many options in terms of fuel sources. So whereas we may use oil or petroleum, in some areas really the only option for fuel is burning wood. And so the rainforests are cut down and those trees are used as simple a thing as fuel. Now next, as we can see that there are a lot of causes, there are also a lot of effects of deforestation. One of the most prominent effects is less rainfall. As part of the water cycle, rain comes down into forest and rainforest, stays for a while, and then is evaporated back up into the air to be and where condensation happens and it comes down again as rain. So if the rain comes down into the rainforest and we cut down the rainforest, it can no longer evaporate back into the air, and we actually have less rain in these areas. And though right now that's mostly concentrated to rainforest areas, that is something that can spread to the entire world, which will ultimately result in a hotter, drier, much more arid climate than what we currently experience. Now, another problem is greenhouse gases. As we know, we all produce carbon dioxide, one of the most prominent greenhouse gases in our atmosphere. Now, it would be great if we could produce less of that, but I challenge all of you to hold your breath and see how long you last. If you're normal, maybe 30 seconds or a minute. If you're great, you could get 3 to 5. But that's maybe if you're an experienced diver, snorkeler, something like that. We can't just stop our production of carbon dioxide. But what trees do is help us deal with that. Trees absorb carbon dioxide and help hold that and even turn that into oxygen, which we can then breathe. So without trees, without that carbon dioxide being absorbed, it stays in our atmosphere and it contributes to the greenhouse gases, the global warming, the climate change effects that we are seeing today. Finally, there's the great problem of reduced biodiversity. As I said in the introduction, rainforests only cover 6% of the world's land. However, that 6% holds over half of the world's animal species. That's an incredible number, and if we're looking at the extinction of rainforests in as little as 40 years, it's very possible that we are looking at the extinction of half of our animal species on this planet. Now, there are those, I'm sure, that could survive in other environments. There are absolutely those that cannot. So with the demise of our rainforests, we will see the demise of countless populations and species that most people don't even know exist. And if you think about that, the fact that only 6% of land is covered by rainforest, which was once 14, which I'm sure was once more than that, just imagine back thousands and thousands of years when everything was a much more lush place, and just imagine the animals and the species that lived then. We don't even have a frame of reference for it because of the destruction that we have caused.